Hello painting peeps and welcome. It's Kathleen from Creations. Welcome to the No Bra Zone here in Fort Myers, Florida. I'm working today on a reused canvas. It's a 10 by 20 and I did apply a coat of gesso to it, which should be enough. I've got a big old jug of gesso and I decided, you know what, start using that stuff up. So if I have a painting that just doesn't quite work for me, I'm going to paint over it. Canvases can be very expensive, especially the gallery wrapped ones. I'm doing a traveling jiggle pour. I'm doing it because I need to practice. I'm teaching it at the Fluid Art Experience in Asheville in May, as well as Fluid Art with Friends with my darling sister Canella in July here in Florida. Come on down and paint with us, guys. If you're on the East Coast, both locations are very doable. They both have international airports. Fly into Fort Myers and you're about a 12-minute ride to where the event is being held, and fly into Asheville and you're about a 15-minute drive to where the event is going to be held. So lots of information. I'll post links to both events in the description box below. Traveling jiggle pour, I love it. Base coat, our base coat is right here. That is Artist Loft Soft Body in the black, or about 1 part paint to 3 parts pouring medium and a little bit of water. I like my base coat, or my flow extender in this case, to be a little bit, just a little bit thinner than my pour colors. Pouring medium today is a big old healthy squirt of GAC 800 in the cup. The paint, stir that up real good. Then I add a couple of squirts, about 1 part of my usual pouring medium, which is 50% Floetrol, 50% Liquitex Pouring Medium. And then to thicken up some of these paints, because I have a few fluid paints, I use Owatrol. It's the European version of our Floetrol, but it's about 10 times thicker. So it's a really great thickening agent, and I get it from Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive than our American Floetrol, but you don't need a lot, just a nice healthy squirt to thicken up your paints. You can also use other things like gel gloss medium, or add a little more paint to the cup to thicken things up. Let's talk about our colors, because I like them. I like my earth tones. I'm an earth tone kind of girl. I also like my blues. I like my oranges. I like my yellows. I just like all colors. But this is one of my favorite color combinations, I think. In this cup right here, we have golden fluids in the carbon black, and that needed some Owatrol to it because it's a fluid paint, and I needed to thicken it up. Right here, Decoart Satin Enamel, but this is the neutral beige. I didn't want white in this palette to jump out at you too much, so I think the neutral beige works very well. And when I marry it next to the black, it tends to do some fun things. So I will be layering my cup in the order of which I'm presenting them to you. Right here, yummy goodness, golden fluids in the iridescent bronze. This is a fluid paint, so this color as well needed some Owatrol to thicken it up. Right here, oh, be still my heart, golden fluids in the Q word, the nickel azo gold. This needed some Owatrol because it's a fluid paint. And this is a good combination right here. This is Pebeo Studio Acrylics in the Iridescent Precious Gold, a nice medium body paint. Did not need any Owatrol, but I added to it some of the Liquitex acrylic inks in the iridescent bright gold, and it made just a yummy goodness, a really kind of orangey warm gold. Let's take a look at that consistency. It leaves a fold on a fold on a fold. It's thick, and what I like about the thick paints is that they moved very slowly, and I can control my composition just a little bit better. We're going to be layering 1 cup at a time in case we decide to do 2 travel and jiggle pours. And the reason being, if I layer the cup both at the same time, 2 cups, by the time I get to that second cup, the paints have started to mesh together a little bit. So I do 1 cup at a time, and that first cup that goes on the canvas, I tilt it until there's very little movement in that first cup, because if I add a second cup to the composition, I don't want that first cup to move around too much. So really pay attention to where the weight of your paint is when you're done tilting your first cup. I always move it back to center. Why? Because that way I know exactly where it is. I'm also gingerly add my flow extender to it, because once I pour out this first cup, and I add my flow extender around it, that moves the composition as well. So I add my flow extender a little bit at a time so that I can control my composition. I hope that makes sense. You'll see it here shortly. So I'm going to layer a cup, and I'm going to put some music on, and I'm going to get into the zone. And I thank you for being here, guys. Let's get busy.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter's snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I've known that you'd be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? Try my best to move on, to let go. They say time is a healer, just you wait and see. For me, I need an eternity. So tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I've known that you'd be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? Try my best to move on, letting go. Letting go. Tell me, should I know? Did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me and be honest.